You're 30, 40, maybe 60 years old, and just discovering you might have both autism and ADHD. Everyone missed it. Your teachers, parents, doctors, therapists. You missed it. But you didn't fail at detection. The system failed at understanding what AuDHD looks like, especially when you've spent a lifetime masking it. Here are the signs that everyone missed because they were looking for stereotypes instead of lived experience. You've always felt like you're too much and not enough, simultaneously. Too sensitive, but somehow missing social cues. Too organized about specific things, but can't maintain basic routines. You're the perfectionist who can't start projects, the social butterfly who needs 3 days to recover from socializing. You learned early to hide. When your autism made you weird, you studied humans like anthropology. When your ADHD made you disruptive, you internalized the hyperactivity into anxiety that nobody could see. You became a shapeshifter, performing neurotypicality so well that you convinced everyone, including yourself. But performance has been exhausting you for decades. Here's why psychiatrists missed it. They're trained on presentations from white, male, childhood case studies. If you're female, BIPOC, or just good at masking, you're invisible to their diagnostic criteria. They saw your anxiety and depression, the exhaustion from masking, but they never questioned what was underneath. They treated the symptoms of pretending to be neurotypical, not the actual neurodivergence. AuDHD is particularly invisible because traits cancel each other out on assessments. Your ADHD impulsivity balances your autism rigidity on paper. Your need for routine fights your need for novelty, so you look normal when you're actually in constant internal conflict. The questionnaires weren't designed for people who are both, so you score subclinical on everything while living at maximum difficulty. If you're female or AFAB, it's even worse. Your special interests were dismissed as phases or being quirky. Your meltdowns were being dramatic. Your executive dysfunction was laziness or not trying hard enough. Your social struggles were masked by learning to mirror others perfectly. Girls who lined up their dolls instead of playing with them weren't flagged. They were called organized. You've always had sensory issues, but called it being particular. Clothing tags were torture, but you were fussy. You could hear electricity in walls, but you were called sensitive. You needed sunglasses indoors, but you were dramatic. These weren't character flaws. They were sensory processing differences that nobody recognized. Socially, you've always felt like an alien studying humans. You learned scripts, analyzed social patterns, created databases of appropriate responses. But it's exhausting. You can be social, even charming, but it's performance, not instinct. Afterwards, you need complete isolation to recover. That's not introversion. That's the cost of manual social processing. Meanwhile, your ADHD made you seek dopamine everywhere, changing hobbies obsessively, starting 17 projects, forgetting people exist when they're not right in front of you. But because you also had autism's need for routine, you created chaotic patterns. Same restaurant, different meal. Organized chaos that only made sense to you. This is why my complete somatic reset and attachment rewiring subscriber videos, which I'm linking right here, focus on nervous system regulation for complex neurotypes. Traditional therapy doesn't work when your nervous system operates differently than the therapy was designed for. Getting diagnosed later in life is complicated grief. Relief at finally understanding yourself, but rage at the years lost to confusion. Joy at finding your people, but sadness for the child who thought they were broken. You're mourning the life you could have had with support while trying to build one with newfound understanding. The diagnostic system failed you. It looked for deficits instead of differences. It pathologized your coping instead of recognizing your adaptation. It saw your mask and never questioned what was underneath. You learned to hide so well that even professionals couldn't see you. If you're questioning whether you have AuDHD, consider this. Neurotypical people don't spend hours researching whether they're neurodivergent. They don't relate to every ADHD and autism meme. They don't feel like they're cosplaying a human. The questioning itself is data. You probably have executive function that works in spurts, hyperfocus that only works for interests, time blindness except for specific routines, emotional regulation that swings between feeling nothing and everything. You need plans, but can't follow them. You crave structure, but rebel against it. You're consistently inconsistent. You're not too old to discover this. You're not autistic enough or not ADHD enough. You're not failed neurotypical. You're a successful neurodivergent who survived without support. Every strategy you developed, every mask you created, every adaptation you made, that was your brain protecting you in a world that wasn't built for you. Now you can finally understand why everything has been so hard. It's not because you were weak. It's because you've been playing life on expert mode with no instruction manual.